What's up, everybody? I'm Stan, and welcome to Detail Comics, where we go over comics in detail. This is iRate Reviews, the show where I go over a comic book, its story, its art, give you my impressions, and let you know whether it's something to go back to the shop for or not. What I'm going to be talking about is Batman number 14. So Batman number 14 is the epilogue to the I Am Suicide arc, and it's called Rooftops. And originally it seemed like it was going to be a one-issue series, but now it's actually going to be a two-parter that shows the interactions between Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne as their alter egos, Batman and Catwoman. And when we jump into this story, it's pretty amazing because what we see is that these two characters are on the rooftops. Bruce Wayne, Batman has basically said they've taken the death penalty off the table. I've talked to them, you're going to go to Blackgate, you're not going to go to Arkham, everything is going to be okay, but you're going to have to serve life without parole. What Selina feels is that she doesn't want that to happen. Not necessarily because she wants to escape, but she doesn't want tonight. She wants to own tonight for them. They can take her life without parole, they can take those things from her, but she wants to experience this night with Batman, with the person that she cares for immensely, and own that instead of letting it be taken by her incarceration. So, she's like, this night, it shines bright like a diamond, it's precious, it's cold outside, our beds are warm, and she wants to get down to business, but ultimately Batman, in one of the funnier sequences in this book, just kind of peeks his head out around her, and it's just like, oh, well, the bat signal's there. So they proceed to go over, they take on the Clock King, and he goes through this giant monologue about how he's been preparing for years, and then all of a sudden Catwoman just comes crashing in and punches him in the face and totally wrecks the entire thing for him, and I found that was insanely funny. The next page is just 9 different villains in a double page spread that really kind of, they all meet their end at the kind of combo of Batman and Catwoman. There's another page where there's just 4 more villains. They go down one by one, and it looks like it's on the same rooftop, and it's a really funny sequence of them just kicking a lot of ass all over Gotham, and they finish up with Kite Man. Hell yeah. And Selina's got a really good point. She's like, when is it ever going to end? And Batman's just like, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to end. She's like, the answer is it's never going to end. But since we've been doing everything that you like, Batman, we're going to do some things that I like as well. And he's just like, what do you like? And the next thing you see is you just see Selina kind of dropping down. She cuts with her claws. She cuts open a hole, and Batman's just like, I don't like this. and it's just really funny because he is trying to be this straight and narrow person as she is literally breaking and entering into this apartment complex. He already knows who it's registered to. He knows that it's Holly Robinson. He knows that the Victoria cat is in here. It was stolen from one of the museums, and ultimately he's just like looking around this place, seeing all this stolen kind of stuff. Catwoman's over there inspecting this kind of thing where she's gonna have to take it if she really wants to steal it. And it's just like, who is Holly Robinson? And she just grabs it and she's like, me. And immediately runs by him. It's just like, run and then jump. As she like blows up her own apartment. This was just like such a fantastic moment. She cuts open the cat. She grabs these handfuls of diamonds that she's offering to Batman. It's like, this is everything that I have. Take it. I just want this to be us. And she throws them on the ground and stuff gets hot and heavy and it gets a little steamy up there on the rooftops. But what we see is that, Batman and Catwoman are compatible on so many levels because they understand each other with such kind of depth that Tom King really represents this relationship extremely well. And, for everybody that was kind of crying foul about I Am Suicide and how she was kind of written in there, and then the fact that it turned into be like, a double-cross betrayal kind of situation where she was kind of faking in order to get the trust of Bane and then move back, it's just like, oh, he understands how to write this combination of characters, and this just makes it one of the best books that's come out of DC Rebirth for the Batman title of the entire year. Mitch Garrett's art is a little bit different than what we've seen. It's not quite as strong in its pencil work as, say, like David Finch's. It's not quite as clean as Mikhail Janin's. It's just one of those things where it tends to be, it errs on the side of a little bit more soft realism, but it definitely finds its real voice inside the darkness. It's a very dark and color kind of combination, and I find that it's really kind of complimentary for two people in black suits, kind of in these various shades of gray and blue, to really kind of experience the world around them. I really liked the way everything was set up. It was just a really fun book, and it was one of those situations where you just kind of felt for the relationship between the two characters. It's just like, well, why doesn't Batman let Selina go on the run for a little bit? Why can't he prove that she no longer, that she didn't kill 237 people? Because that comes into question in this story. She's just like, I say that I killed 237 people. He's like, you didn't. And she's like, you've got to prove that. He's like, I will. So it's one of those things where even the poor reputation that Catwoman has now, it's not necessarily something that's going to be real. And I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I can only hope that this turns into a Catwoman series. You know, that if Tom King is working on a book in 2017, I hope that it's Catwoman, because I feel like he can really connect with that character, and seeing the Bat and Cat kind of play off each other is fantastic. I really enjoyed this issue. It's highly recommended. Even if you guys only read one issue of Batman this year, go read Batman number 14. It's great. It's a super fun ride. So that's my review of Batman number 14, but I want to know what you guys think too, so hit me up in the comments down below and we can start that conversation. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe right there to get more news, reviews, and commentary on comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows and games, and anything and everything inside the world of comics.